Hi everyone, Stjepan and Milan here, or sorry, Milan and Stjepan. Milan is my coach. Hello, Milan.
Hello.
So I'm in Germany. I played the first round of Bad Worishofen Chess Open. I just finished 10 minutes ago. I think the round is still going on. And I was paired against a FIDE master rated 2274. I was expecting to play somebody lower rated around 2100. I don't know what happened. Did I miscalculate or something? But anyway, I had the black pieces. I didn't look at the game. I just imported it into Lichess, and I asked Milan to analyze with me because it was very interesting. Okay, Milan, when you have a thought, please interrupt me. I would like to hear your opinions more than mine.
Sure.
You can ask me what I was thinking at the time.
Okay.
Okay, so my opponent opened with pawn to e4. I played the Caro-Kann after a short think. Wanted to go for the Sicilian, but played the Caro-Kann anyway. Knight to c3, and after d5, we have the two knights variation. And I played bishop g4, which is the main move. h3 is the main move. Bishop takes f3. Queen takes f3 is the main move. If you've seen Tal Botvinnik 1960, Tal captured with the g pawn and managed to draw, but that's not good. And now e6. And in this position, the main move is d3. You can play d4. My opponent played bishop to e2, which I don't know. Milan, do you play the two knights?
With white pieces, no.
Okay, so
I always play the main variation with d4.
Yeah, so okay, probably this is a move I didn't know. And I played knight to d7 because after d4, I think he played bishop to e2 to provoke knight d7 because I think he didn't know what happens after d4 pawn takes because he now has to take with the queen and suffer a tempo gain with knight f6, which I normally have to prepare with knight d7. And of course, if he takes with the knight, then I can take a free pawn, which isn't really a free pawn. It can be dangerous, but I don't think it would be too dangerous. So I think he wanted to provoke knight d7.
Maybe you should have played after bishop e2 d4.
Yeah, I don't know. I think after d4, knight b1, he's going to play d3 and knight d2, and I don't like my position. If I play d4, okay. Well, yes, usually they go back to e2. I don't know. I didn't like this. How do I follow up? I don't want to play e5. I should probably
yes,
play
but
c5.
you can play bishop d6.
Okay, bishop d6, d3.
And now knight d7.
Knight d7. What do I do against queen? Okay, bishop d6 now stops it. Okay. Knight d7, knight d2. Yeah, his queen is misplaced. Maybe
b5.
I should have played. Maybe I should have played it. But what if he goes g3, queen g2, f4?
If he does that, then you go queen c7, and you have an option to play long castle.
Okay. And this is not scary if I castle long.
It shouldn't be anything special for white. Because you also have some counterplay on the king side, you know.
And what if he plays g3 and I go queen c7 immediately and he plays bishop f4 now?
I mean, you can take, you can wait. It isn't anything special.
Yeah, but now I'm afraid of e5, knight d2, knight e4.
Yes, but you also have on f5 outpost.
That's true. I don't know. I have to be honest. I didn't consider after bishop e2. I didn't consider d4, even though for example, here if you play d4, then they go knight to e2. So he doesn't have the normal retreat square.
Yeah.
Yes. So after bishop to e2, I played knight d7. He now played d4, and I took d takes e4 because I didn't want to go into an advanced variation for no reason. I don't know if that was the correct decision. I think it was. And now after knight takes, I can go knight f6 because I've played knight d7, and this should be equal, I think. He took, I don't think there's a better move. Knight takes and now c3, which is normal. And now I had a big thing. The problem after bishop d6 is that he can go bishop g5, and then I could end up with doubled pawns, which I don't really want to allow. And after bishop d6, bishop g5, I don't want to go bishop e7. The problem after bishop e7 is that he can play queen g3. The problem after queen c7 is that he can go bishop to f4, and after bishop d6 he would take, and I guess that would be equal. So maybe queen c7 was the best. I don't know. What would you play?
If you exchange your dark square bishops, you're better. I'm not sure what were you afraid of.
Okay, but let's say after queen c7 he plays bishop g5.
Okay, bishop e7.
Yeah, that's true.
And you can play the next move knight d5 or something.
Yeah.
Bishop d6.
The thing is, I looked at bishop d6 immediately to stop bishop f4. And against queen g3, I thought he couldn't take on g7 after I played bishop back to e7, which was stupid. So okay, I played bishop d6, he played... I'm sorry. I played bishop e7, sorry, and he played queen to g3. And I thought that if I played bishop d6 now, bishop f4 wouldn't be good because I can exchange the bishops and leave my queen on d8 from where I could go to a5 or b6. And I wasn't afraid of him taking on g7. Now, I spent 20 minutes on this move and I played bishop d6.
Were you considering maybe queen b6 in this position?
I was, but why would I want to play queen b6? Where do I castle then?
That's exactly what white should worry about, because he can go bishop bg5 because b2 is hanging.
Yeah.
And if he goes for short castle, then I don't know, maybe you can go for long castle.
But what if he just plays bishop f3 or something? I mean, that's a stupid move that I just chose for no reason.
Maybe c5 to open up the position.
Yeah, that's probably good. Okay, so... Okay, the other thing, if he castles, what did you want to do after castles for him? If I long castle, I mean b4, a4.
I don't know, maybe...
Because I can't castle kingside because of bishop h6.
Okay, but you have knight e8 at worst case.
That's just...
Yes, but you play the next move king h8 and he must go back. Yes, it looks ugly, but he doesn't have anything immediately.
This looks very ugly. Look at the bishops.
Yes, but b2 is hanging and...
Yeah, probably. But okay, so here's the variation I looked at. So bishop d6, queen g7, rook g8, queen h6, rook g2, and the best move for a while I thought was bishop to g5. And now I'm in trouble. If I play bishop to e7, then he can just take, and he doesn't really have to win a pawn. He can go bishop g4. But after bishop g4, I found bishop h4, and now the position is slightly better for me, I think. I don't know what he does, but I can play queen d6 and castle. I don't think...
Go back instead of bishop e7, move 14.
Yeah.
What about knight g8?
Well, that was the point. That's why he didn't play it. That's the move I found. That's why I went for rook takes g2. After
Yeah,
knight
yeah.
g8, he has to exchange, and the variation doesn't work for him. Black is just slightly better here.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
And that's what I saw, and I went for it. So that's why I played bishop d6. And after bishop d6, I thought he couldn't take because of that. I just couldn't see anything better. And here I thought, well, okay, if he tries king f1 immediately, I play rook a6. If he plays bishop g4 immediately, I take. And in all of these variations, I should be okay. But after rook takes g2, he just played bishop d3, which I saw it, but I didn't think it was scary because I thought I had bishop f8, and after queen, I'm guessing to h4. I thought I could play pawn to h5, but then after bishop g5, bishop e7, I didn't know what to do. I thought he could just eventually just play bishop back to e2 and just take the pawn. He can probably castle queenside first. And
or king f1, something like that.
Yeah, okay,
or bishop
king
f1.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, after he played bishop d3, I found something that was stupid but looked interesting but wasn't really interesting. So I played knight g8 here, and he has to take the pawn, and I play queen f6. And now he could go wrong, but nobody would go wrong. He just plays bishop to e3. It would be great if I had bishop f4, but he has queen e4, and I lose. If he plays something normal like castles, then I take, he takes, and this is unpleasant. And I think black is fine. If not, I don't know how he defends, but
Bishop c2 is the only move.
bishop c2, but yeah, I take here and I should be okay.
Yeah, you're fine here.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe queen h6 or something. But after bishop to e3, I don't have that, so I castled, and now he's just better. He played queen e4. And I should mention that by this point, I had about 40 minutes left. The game is 40 moves in 100 minutes, and then 30 minutes after move 40 with a 30-second increment. So here, I didn't really want to play queen g7, so I played rook g7. He played h4, which I understand, marching the pawn forward. I played knight e7, even though I saw bishop g5, so the threat is, if I don't do anything, the threat is bishop g5, and I don't really have a move to stop that. I can give up a pawn with queen f5, but I don't want to give up a pawn with check. So I found the only solution in this position. I think it was the only solution, knight e7, so that after bishop g5 I can go queen g6, and after either queen f3 or queen e2 I can go f5, and now I'm just lost. My position is just horrible on move 20. So I don't know if rook g7 was the final blunder or what, but I just missed h4 and bishop g5. Do you think there's something better here than knight e7?
But no, already it's very, very bad for you.
I know.
Even before, after bishop e3, white is solid, and you cannot do anything to make any counterplay. These two bishops are too strong.
Okay, so let's look at the position after bishop d3. Did I have something better? I mean, knight g8 is bad, but
I'm looking at e5 maybe.
Okay, so he still doesn't have bishop g5. What if he just plays bishop e3?
Bishop e3, and yes, it's white should be fine here. I don't know.
Yeah. So okay, before. So then bishop d6 is a mistake because after bishop d3 I don't have anything. So maybe then I should have played bishop d6 instead of bishop e7, which is kind
or
of
queen
the
b6.
point. Yeah. Okay, so bishop e7 was... Here I briefly considered g6, and after bishop g5 castling, I don't know. I think it's playable.
No, after bishop g5, knight e4.
After bishop g5, knight e4, yeah, correct.
And no. No, you take the bishop.
Okay.
And now go back to d6, for example.
Yeah. And his bishop is, I think, worse than my knight. Okay, but yeah, as I said, I thought bishop d6 works. So okay, the other option I had was not taking here, just playing something, I don't know. The problem, okay, so what I wanted to do was queen e7, but the problem is that now after bishop g5, I don't have knight g8, and even if I had knight g8, if my rook was by some miracle on g2, then he could take my queen, and once I take his queen, he takes my bishop. So I couldn't play queen e7. I also can't play queen c7. If I play rook g6, queen h4, queen c7, he has bishop g5. And
okay,
now,
but you can also play queen b6.
No, that's correct. I missed that. Yeah, the bishop is hanging. I missed queen b6. Ah. Okay, so that was better. But he's a pawn up, so if he just castles... No castles, probably not.
Well, if he castles, you go for a long castle and double up the rooks, and it's not so pleasant. And but maybe he can go for g4 or something.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time on all of these moves. So then, after I castled and queen e4 was played, rook g7, as I said, this move f5 was played and he castled long. And now I'm just being destroyed and tortured. This was horrible. I hate playing games in which I know I'm completely lost. So yeah, I played king c7 here because I was afraid of rook takes e6 and stuff like that. I was constantly hanging something, so king c7 to get my king of the light squares. Now he just doubles against the e6 pawn, queen f7. Yeah, now some of his tricks don't work. I don't even remember which.
c4, c5. That's the maybe one of the tricks.
No, but that didn't work with the queen on g6 anyway, I think. Because he's not double attacking e6 yet. I have knight f6.
Yeah.
Okay, so rook h1, and now I played bishop e7, which is a tricky move. If he takes on e6, I win the rook. So he plays bishop d2. I can't take on h4, which would be great, because he has, if I take on h4, he has c4, and when I move my knight, he has this check, winning my bishop. So after bishop to d2, I played bishop d8, which I don't know if bishop d8 or bishop d6 was better. I wanted to keep a threat of taking this pawn, but he just plays h5. Rook g8 to finally unpin here. He was constantly threatening. So if I play something stupid, he can play bishop takes and win my rook if I take. So if queen takes, pawn takes, he wins my rook, or an exchange on the pawn. So rook g to g8, h6, b6. I wanted to make some room for my king, and now I had about 3 or 4 minutes left. He had about 20. Horrible. Do you think there's any way to save this position? Would you beat me with black here?
No way. It's too bad.
Do you have any ideas for black? How would you, if you were playing this against somebody lower rated with black, what would you try to do?
I would try to get some air first. No, physically, no.
Thank you for the advice. That's great advice. Yeah, I just didn't know what to do. I played rook h8. He played rook e to e1. His threat is this. Eventually, so I played rook g8. Now he played c4, knight f6, queen e2, again threatening to take the pawn, rook e8, king b1, so that he can play bishop c3, or so I thought. So I played knight d7 to play bishop f6, if bishop c3, queen f3, and now he's starting to look at my c6 pawn, and it's just dreadful. Just horrible, because if I play knight b8 to defend the pawn, he has bishop f4 check, and he will either take the knight or I will lose this horrible center I have. Bishop f6, bishop e3, just defending, rook g8, rook g1, rook h7. I didn't know what to do. I just couldn't find the move. Bishop f1, and now it's over. It's over. Now we are both playing under a minute, by the way. Somehow he lost a ton of time. Queen f8, so that after bishop g2 I can try to do something like this eventually. And I wanted to defend with queen d6, because after bishop f4 I have e5. So bishop g2, queen d6, but he doesn't even play bishop f4, which would help me save my position. He just played rook e1, and yeah, I can, sorry, rook d1. Wait, no, he played, no, I input it wrong. He played rook d1, sorry. So I got the game in wrong, but doesn't matter. Here I played king to d8 to just try and get away. He took, I took, and he took with the bishop. I played knight f8. I don't even remember. I think I played, what did he play here? After knight f8, yeah, he played rook g1. I played king c7, bishop a4, and yeah, horrible. I think I played bishop e7, but it was over. And the funny thing is that at around move 45, I looked at the score sheet and I realized that we've passed move 40 and we were still playing with increment, both of us. And I asked him, why didn't we get the 30 minutes? And we were playing on the old clocks, old DGT clocks, which automatically get the additional time. So he called the arbiter, and it turned out that you get the 30 minutes after time expires, like on the new clocks. So anyway, not that it would matter much, but... Okay, so that's the game. I resigned. And by the way, because of the coronavirus thing, we didn't shake hands, and the arbiter... Before the game, the arbiter said, if you want to offer a draw, you do a cross sign. If you want to resign, you put your king down. So no handshaking. Anyway, Milan, help me. What was my first mistake?
First mistake, maybe move 6.
Yeah, not playing d4.
Not a mistake, but maybe in precision.
Okay. Yeah, that seems interesting. But okay, after I played knight d7, after d4, is taking on e4 correct?
Well, I don't see anything except maybe bishop b4, but because you cannot go knight gf6 because he can play e5.
Yeah, but the other option was if I pretended that I'm playing the advance variation and I go knight e7. And if he closes the position down, I can probably play c5 immediately. And if not, if he castles, we sort of have a short variation of the advance without his pawn on e5. I wasn't sure if that's good or not, so I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to close my position down.
And then after...
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, this was probably crucial, just playing bishop d6.
Yes, bishop d6 should be fine.
Yeah.
And the next move, queen c7 maybe, and you leave your options for short and long castle.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I played bishop e7 because I saw that they have knight g8. Okay, so that was the point. And yeah, stupid point. Stupid point. So anyway, I got destroyed, which is discouraging, but at least he was much higher rated. And what can I?
But also after queen g3.
Sorry.
We discussed g6.
Yeah.
After bishop e7, queen g3, j6.
Yeah, that's probably still fine.
It's ugly, but it works.
But yeah, I didn't think I needed something that works because I saw bishop g5,
g8. You relied on.
That's a mistake I often make. That I think he's going to play the move I refuted in my head. Okay, so I'm not going to be using the engine on the games from this tournament until I get back.
Oh, I missed something. When he plays bishop g5.
Yeah.
And black plays knight e4.
Yeah.
He has queen e5. Oh, but no, you can play bishop f6. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that should be equal. Yeah, I don't know. I should stop relying on the one move I find and assume that he will find a better move. I got so fixated on rook g2, bishop g5. I don't know why, because I thought that was the only threat. Because if it works, it really works, and I lose my rook. So what I was looking at first was rook takes f2, and now I give up an exchange, but and I don't have anything. So if he takes, I can go knight e4, but that's just a stupid way to give up an exchange.
Queen e3. King e3. Sorry.
Yeah, but
h4 or rook a to g1.
Okay, if I take with the queen, I lose my knight anyway. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were many reasons why I didn't want to do that, but I didn't see this. Yeah, so I didn't even look at this. This is a very simple move. And then I don't think this was good. So if I tried, I could have also done this, probably.
What if you play move back? If you play on queen h4, queen d5.
And after rook f2, no, but how do I wait? So if he takes, I can go here.
Rook g6.
Okay. Yeah, I lose. I don't get the two rooks. Okay, so that's. And what if he just plays? Yeah, that probably works.
And if he goes for something like, I don't know, bishop d2 or bishop e3, you can play rook g3.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, if he plays rook f1.
Then you go bishop e7. Or even better, queen f3. I think it's annoying. Queen f5.
I didn't even see queen d5. And if queen d5 and he plays c4, I have a check.
Queen f3.
Yeah.
Or or bishop b4 check.
Yeah. Why didn't I see this? Okay, so does he have a better move? If he retreats the queen back, I still have queen d5.
Yes, but after queen f4, queen d5, c4 now, and you don't have queen f3.
Yeah.
Now bishop b4.
But maybe I can go bishop d6 now.
And queen f3.
At least I saved my pawn.
Yes, but now white has some initiative. Yeah, bishop h6.
I'm not really sure why people play this with black, but this is the only variation I know against the two knights where I give up my bishop. I know that you can play bishop h4, but I don't know that that's much more complicated. I should learn it probably. Okay, I'll just use the opening explorer to see what people play after bishop e2. Okay, so 140 games with knight f6, 99 games with knight d7, 6 games with d4. And after knight b1, white wins most of the games. Okay, so 6 games here. 3 won by white, 1 won by black, 2 draws. Most people would...
but you see, bishop d6, 1 game won by black.
Okay. And after bishop e2, people play knight f6 instead of knight d7. So what happens on e5? Knight fd7, d4. How is this good?
c5.
Is this better than the normal advance variation? Because I still have the knight
yes,
on b8.
Yes, because you don't have bishop on c8.
In the normal advance, it would be on f5. Or g6 or h7.
Oh, I thought you were thinking about French. Okay, yeah.
No, but if the normal advance after e5, bishop f5, if he goes... Yeah, for some reason his queen is on f3. That's weird.
Yes, and he doesn't have option to support e5 with f4. Yeah. So c5 is strong here.
Yeah. And there is no check. Bishop b5.
That also helps.
Yeah. Okay, so you can go knight f6, and after castles, knight b7, but it's the same position. And now after d4, d takes c4, knight takes c4, knight takes c4, queen takes c4, knight f6. Yeah, it's similar, only white has castled. Okay, and after bishop e2 and knight d7, he played d4, which has been played 34 times, and d takes c4 is the main move. Knight takes, knight gf6. The main move is castles. Taking has only been played twice. Okay, so takes. Nobody has ever played queen g3. I wanted to see what people play. Etienne Bacro. Oh no, okay, sorry, c3 has been played. And now bishop e7 played 6 times. What? And black is better. Bishop e7 has been played 6 times and white didn't win a single game. Queen g3 has been played once and black castled. 2500 castled. And allowed knight. Ah, so your variation with 98.
Fui.
Fui. That means.
Yuck.
Yuck. That's not a word in English. Is that a word in English?
I think it is.
Yeah, it means yuck or disgusting or something like that. Okay, so anyway. I hate this game. So the pairings will be out, I hope, soon. Let's check. Chess.org. I think this is the website. Yes, this is the website. It's not a very new website, but let's see. What's this? Open Parungen first round. Okay, so you can't see the whole screen, but pairings are not out yet. So yeah, I'm going to check them out later, and I'm going to be recording my preparation for round 2. I won't publish it here though. I'll publish it on Patreon, and hopefully I have a better game. Luckily, I had black against a very strong player, so tomorrow I have white. Thank you, Milan.
Thank you for sharing.
Don't be embarrassed by my play. Milan is trying very hard to improve my play, and this wasn't a good display of his skills.
Don't worry, Stepan, it will be better.
I hope. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. See you tomorrow, and take you, Milan, again for the analysis.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye-bye.